There we are. We are live. Yay! Yay, yay, yay. Made it on time. It looks like you almost made it before me. Actually, it looks like you were here before me. Yeah, I am just skimming in here, getting off the plane. And actually, my flight came in early, which was really nice. But I spent the weekend in beautiful San Diego, California. And was a little strange at the airports and that on the flight going. I didn't leave in the morning. I left at about 1 o'clock about noon, 12:30. My flight left at 12:30 on Friday. And the airport was a ghost town. Like, there wasn't very many people coming in and there wasn't very many people going out. It was really bizarre. And I kind of talked to some of the employees there, and they said the biggest change that they've seen is how everybody avoids everybody. And she says the norm is that people talk. They talk about going on their vacation or where they live or where they're going home and the weather. And she says, no, people are just like, don't come near me. Don't touch me. Don't talk to me. Which she said was a little distressing to work in. I can imagine it would be. So flight there, uneventful. The perk is that they don't let anybody sit in the middle seat. I actually really love that. There are some positives to all this stuff going on. It's like, oh, no middle seat, and they're sanitizing all the carts at the thrift stores. Come on, those are good things. But I did get there, and I had an absolutely amazing weekend with my daughter. And I'll show you a few pictures, of the area. Some of you might be familiar with. She lives in Little Italy, which is a little section of downtown San Diego. It's got an interesting history. It's interesting. So a lot of you are like showing up. Yay. Hello, Jenny and Ed and Bobby and Anne-Marie and Amy. Oh, yes. About the, ask me the question about my tape dispenser. Bought one from Uline. It's awesome. Yeah. Once you get one of those desktop tape dispensers, you're hooked. Yeah. You can't live without it then. Yes. Joni's here. Hi, everyone. Hello. So yeah, let me see. I want to pull up a few pictures, because it was just I'm a history person. I'm totally into the history thing. So let me see if I can push the right buttons here. This is actually the view from her patio. This is what we're sitting out on her little balcony. That's the ocean right there over the buildings. So it's technically an ocean view, and we did hear some of the boats that were coming by. And I'm going to come back here because I don't remember what other pictures are on here, and I just want to be careful. So, well, this was really interesting. So Little Italy is this little area of town that was predominantly immigrants from Italy. Obviously, they had a big tuna industry, and that's how this town got settled. And now it's very, very heavy on lots of Italian restaurants and kind of nightlife kind of thing. Well, in California, restaurants and bars are, of course, closed unless they serve food, and it can be and they can only do outside seating. So there's lots of outside seating. So what the town has actually done is shut down some of the streets to traffic so that these restaurants can pull more seating out and set up so they can have people at night. So check this out. Yeah, it was that crowded. There wasn't a whole lot of social distancing going on, let me just say. People are really good about wearing the masks there, but there was just crowds and crowds of people. We did not go into the crowds. We were good girls. We did go find a little restaurant, and we did sit down and have some food. And that's what's crazy. It's wear your mask until you're seated, and then you can take it off. Okay. All right. do say so. And then the first night, it was really crazy. All of a sudden, it was about 4 o'clock in the morning. We woke up to this going on right outside. I mean, literally right outside. This was not the building right next door to her, but one more over caught on fire. There was at least 5 fire trucks that showed up for this and were putting out the fire. And so that was kind of eventful. But we literally stood out on her little patio balcony and watched all this take place, which was, and it ended up it wasn't bad at all. It was someone tried to catch the building on fire. So the only place it had damage was they have a little, like a storage garage over on the side. So it was on that wall. And so that's all burnt and charred. But the restaurant, the building itself, and then this is like a restaurant that has a huge amount of history. Here you can see how close like the ladder truck is to, because they were getting up there and hitting the fire from above. But yeah, it's the Mona Lisa restaurant, and it's got huge history. So if this had gone down, this would have been it would have been really tragic, because it's a landmark. Oh, and of course then I had my daughter's kitten kept trying to get into my suitcase and come home with me, which he's just adorable. I had fun with him. So I have several pictures of him. Oh, here we go. So this is actually my daughter's apartment right up here. So this is the balcony that we were looking. So there's the building, and then the restaurant's right next door to this. So this is all commercial space around. This particular building was built in the 1920s, and it was moved to this location at some point. But everything in it, I'll show you some interior pictures. It was so cool because the whole interior is the very, just not really Art Deco. The lines were softer than that, but lots of arches and things going on. So really cute and interesting. I don't know that I would want to live there. It was really noisy because this is like a main street right in front of her, but it was really cute. I love it for her. Let me see. Let me go find. I have to get past the kitty pictures here. Okay, come on. So I'll show you some of our goodies that we found shopping, because she wanted me to come and help her decorate. So, okay, here. I'll go backwards from here. So this is the little, through the screen door of her little back door, looking out on the balcony, looking out on the street below. So really little quaint place. So here's some of the treasures that we found to decorate with while we were out. We found this copper. I don't know if it's copper or brass, and I'm sorry, the picture's not better. It's a big planter with a lid, basically. So she's going to use that for some storage. And then right next to it is, there's a little bit better picture. Right next to it, this is a little trash can that's made to look like books. And my daughter's a big book junkie. And so she just stuck one of her potted plants into that, which worked out really good. Got her. Now, because it's Little Italy, we were looking for things with a little bit of an Italian flair to them. It was very, very hard for me to let her keep this. I have to tell you. This wanted to come home with me really, really bad. But the walls are accented with this baby blue. And then she was going with some of the pink as an accent color, which is really cute for this house. And I found this at an antique store that we went to for $20. For $20. And this is probably at least a $50 to $60 piece. They call this Latticino, or you can look it up as ribbon glass. It actually it's hard to see in this picture, but there's some aventurine going on here. Just a nice little vase. And we put up this shelf. This shelf wasn't here before. We just kind of like planned this whole thing, and we went out and we literally put this little vignette together. She found this sconce, this lamp sconce, and there was only one, sadly, but we found a second shade. So if she ever comes across the other arm without a shade, she's in business. It's not functional. The wire's been cut, but it was just the absolute right look for this area. And then she got this little old book called the Book of Etiquette and put that up there with, we often find things like this and we just pass them by as like, eh. She was really attracted to it and, grabbed it up, and it made a really cute little decor piece. This is the other side with her mirror. We found this piece of art with the lily of the valley and the blues to go with it. So you can see she just set the other shade up here. Also found this little clock. There we go. There's the whole vignette we put together. Probably should have closed the bathroom door. Didn't know you could see that through the mirror. This shade matches this one. So someday, hopefully she can find that. And then we got this little clock and thing. It just made a cute little, we did all this. We put this together. And it was really fun. Now you can see these walls have big holes in them. But because of the age of this place, it adds to the charm of it. It's really interesting how that works out. Now, the kitchen has all these cute little inset areas, and she had bags of like candy and stuff up there. And I was like, I got it. I know what we're looking for. So this is how we decorated this. Let me go back to it. So I got her some really old candy jars. And we got two different styles. We got the little square ones, and we got the old mason jar, canning jars. And then I found this little nut grinder that I thought was a cute little accent piece. And then she found two of these little guys. One's below that you cannot see, but she's got two of these to use for things. She's going to put something under this little guy too. Not sure what yet. So let's see. I think, there we go. There's more of a close-up of those little jars that we did. Oh, and there's the ocean, which was fantabulous. We just went down to, I forget what it's called, but it was a private little beach thing. It was really amazing. So yeah, it was a nice trip. And because we shopped Friday, we shopped Saturday, and we shopped Sunday. Like, I have tons of video footage to get edited and get put up. On the last day, I made a deal with her that I did not shoot video on the last day because we just wanted that time just to shop together and, be mother-daughter. So I did honor her wishes. But I took a couple pictures of something that I have never seen one of these, and I'm not sure what it is, and I'm hoping you can help me. So let me pull it up and show you. What is this? Actually, here, I'm going to come here. This thing, it was in with like the mustache cups. Now, I know it's not a mustache cup. Oop, that's another kitty. Wait, where's the other cup? Let me find it. There we go. So it's got... This is from the top looking down. So it's got like a strainer, and then it's got this outlet thing. Like, what is that? What is it? And it's by, what was it? Celestia or something. So, but yeah, anybody ever seen one of those and know what that is? I would love to know. Guess I would start searching by the maker. I don't think it's a shaving cup though, because if you look at it, I don't know. When you say shaving cup, do you mean you think that that's what they used that for, like the shaving cream and maybe like water or something? Could that be it? Maybe we should go look. Let's go look. Let me find the right screen to go look at here. Just because I don't know what's there when I open up Google. Okay, it's safe. Getting better about that. Well, let's go back and see. Is it a shaving cup? Well, no, see, it's not. Oh, maybe. Okay, maybe it's a shaving cup, and which would stand to reason why it was with the mustache cups. All right, that might be the mystery solved. Mystery solved. I mean, I'm used to seeing them like this mustache cup. Well, that's the only one showing up for shaving cups, so I'm going to look at Soldy Woldies. Let's see. Oh, highest first. The reason I sort by highest first is those are more likely to be accurate. Those are more likely to be described correctly as opposed to something that somebody snagged because it wasn't described correctly. So that's why I mostly sort by highest first. Yeah, I don't know. And I wish I'd have taken a picture of the tag because I think I remember them saying something on there. I don't know. I snapped that because it was, well, here's one. So German shaving cup. What if I add German up here? German shaving cup. See, I'm not getting very consistent results. Like here's another one. All right, we're going to call it a shaving cup. And I'm glad to see that it's not worth a whole ton of money because I did leave them behind. So you guys are like answering over here. So Leanne says the shaving brush went in that spout. Okay. Amy has to go do her shipping. I have to do shipping after I get done with this. So happy shipping to you. Looks like a tea brewing cup. Yeah, I don't know. It's very odd. I wonder if like 100 years from now, people are going to look at the things that we use, if anything lasts, and go, what did they use this for? Yeah, there was something else I wanted to show you guys. Oh dear, can I find it now? Couldn't find a really good way to do these. Okay, so I found my daughter these glasses. And I have not researched them yet, but I need to because I want to know who done them. They are a diamond point and they are very sharp. They're not like smooth pressed glass and they have these black stems. And there's no maker mark or anything on there. So I need to figure out who done them. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is go wine glass black base, just to see if I can get anything to come up here. So we're going to get some that are all black here. Those are different. Plastic. We don't want plastic. So we see some that don't have any pattern on the bowl portion. No. I think they're good, though. I think they're good ones. She wanted to keep them. She had to promise me she wasn't going to let her friends break them because she was actually going to use them. I guess things are meant to be used, huh? Isn't that funny? Like we get, oh, these are close, but they don't have them identified. You know, now we're like, so the collector in us is like, ooh, we don't want it to get broken, but she's really all about finding some china and using the wine glasses. And oh, let's look what these are. Look at that. I think I found them. Dun, dun, dun. So Miss America pattern. Who makes Miss America? Anybody know? So now I can say Miss America wine glass. And we see that it is Anchor Hawking. Anchor Hawking makes Miss America. And let's see what they sold for. So there's the pink, pink sells really well. Look at that. That pink sells really well. Clear, I would expect to see the clear selling at about 10 bucks a piece. So I would say that these are probably, well, we know they're worth at least $10 a piece, but I would give them a little more value because of them being with the black base. So I would put a set of 4 of these probably around $100 at least. Yeah. So that was, put myself back on screen here. That was a good buy. I thought so. I thought so. Yay. I think that was it. I think that was the only 2 things that I left behind that, let me just make sure here. Got that. Got that. Yeah, I think we're good. Ah, cool. Yes. Just double check. Dum, dum, dum. Yep. All right. That's all the pictures. Yay. But interesting. Yeah. So now I have a whole caboodle of stuff around me that you can see. It was funny. I got away with only 1 suitcase because it was just me traveling alone. So juggling multiple suitcases would have been a real pain. So I have a hard shell suitcase. That's something I invested in long ago. It was a really good suitcase that, because when I travel, this is what I do. I bring home stuff. And I have to be careful because I love glass. I love breakable stuff. So my suitcase can get quite heavy. Suitcase weighed in at 41 pounds. So I was okay there. And then I had a carry-on that I stuffed all of this Murano glass that I'm going to show you. And then I found a backpack. Do I have it here? Oh, this backpack is just, I mean, I bought it to sell, but I'm kind of in love with it now. And it helped me get home a bunch of stuff. Look at this with the kitties, with the glasses on it. I did use this to get stuff home. I stuffed my purse in this, so this acted as if like it was my purse. And then I had my carry-on, and then I had my 1 checked bag. So got away with it. So what was in that checked bag? Well, let me show you. We went to so many different places, and it's interesting. The Goodwills out there are not like the Goodwills here. They're very small, quaint, little like neighborhood stores. And they're very, very nicely merchandised, like boutiques. And they don't have the really good discounts like they do out here. My daughter did get a 10% student discount, but that's all we got. All right. These are little, I believe they're Tonala. They're made in Mexico, little salt and peppers. They are marked on the bottom. Let's see this one. You can see the mark a little better. And it's Mexico, and I can't tell if that's JF. Kind of looks like it's supposed to be JF or an H. I'm not sure. But these were 50 cents each. So it was $1 for the set. So let me see if I can find anything about them. So let's go Mexico, salt and pepper. Because if you don't really know what something is, just start with what you know. I know they're Mexico and I know they're salt and peppers, right? And this also teaches me, if I sort by highest first, what I need to be looking for out there. So apparently Amelia Castillo salt and peppers are quite nice. And I'm just going to look up and see how we identify those, because this looks like something we need to be looking for. So they actually say Amelia Castillo on them. Okay. So duly noted. You guys take a note of that. If you run into all the salt and peppers, don't just disregard, because you can see here, those are worth a lot of money. Wow. Okay. So I just learned something. Did you learn something? That's very cool. All right. So we know these are not Amelia's. Wow. I'm really... You guys, if you watch the video of me at Boulder City, I can't remember if it was 1, 2, or 3. I think it was either 2 or 3, part 2 or 3. there was an entire booth that was salt and pepper shakers. I'm kind of thinking I need to go back and search a little harder in those salt and pepper shakers because I would like some $100 salt and pepper shakers. All right, so now we're getting down to things that are more like these. You got little Ken Edwards. You've probably heard me talk about that before. It is a Tanala. It's another specific artist, usually marked with a K-E. So if you see the Tanala marked with K-E, that's Ken Edwards. And those do really well. But we have to keep going because these are similar. Now I'm thinking these are worth about 20 bucks. That's when I picked them up. That was my gut. I was going to be able to get about $20 for these salt and peppers. Quite similar to this. So I'm going to be fairly safe in calling these Tanala. These similar painting on these, different shape. So I'm very confident that I can list these for, say, $24.99 even, and take a best offer or make an offer to watcher, someone who's interested in them. Or it's the kind of thing I could even start on auction at either $9.99 or $14.99 and sell them quick because it's a desirable item. So if I wanted to turn them really quick, that's what I would do. But you can see we get down here and we're getting into some lower priced ones, but I've already seen that these can sell for a higher price. So I may just hold out for that higher price. And if not, I know I'll get 10 bucks for them. Piece of cake. So I don't need to find the exact one. I'm not worried if I don't find the exact one. In fact, it's usually a good sign if you don't find the exact one. And I'm not even going to worry about identifying who that H or that JF or whatever those initials are. I'll just take a really good picture. Let somebody else discover what it is. So I got these guys, and this is more than I usually would pay for a set of salt and peppers, but just aren't these so darn cute? I just couldn't even leave these behind. And one says salt, or one says S, and one says P, and then these little, find where my camera is. I just love them. They're not marked. They're not super old. They've got the plastic stoppers. They were $3.95, but I just love them. I just love them. And the glaze is just spectacular on these. So let me do a quick search and see if I spent the right amount of money. So we know they are horse. We know they are salt and peppers. So we start there. And that also shows us, again, some high-priced salt and pepper shakers. I know a lot of people veer away from salt and pepper shakers thinking that they're just not worth a lot of money to resell. But there's some that can do really, really well. Okay, so far these are like the real looking horses, not my little blue mottled painted drippy glaze amazingness. Yeah, not seeing them, which again doesn't bother me too bad because I would almost rather not find them than find them cheap, right? I think somebody's really going to love these the way that emotion hit me when I saw them. It was kind of love at first sight, which is a good thing. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to check. I love it. I love that I can't find any solds. I love it. We're not going to go through all of these. I'm just going to go through the highest priced ones up here just to double check. Then I just have to figure out what I'm going to call them. And that's the only detrimental thing to not finding the ones that I want to find, because then I can't get some ideas on how to describe this glaze. They seem very mid-century to me. But hey, if you guys want to help me out with some words, I'm always open to suggestions on what to call that glaze. Yeah, not finding them. I love it. These could be worth a lot of money. I'll probably put these on auction and I'll start them at 20 bucks. If they sell for 20 bucks, great. If they sell for more than that, even greater. But yeah, see, not finding them. All right. That's about all I'm going to search because I don't care what the lower priced ones are going for at this point. I love them. Boom. Yeah, so now I just have to come up with those keywords to make my title. So, gosh, I'm sure this glaze has a name. I'm going to say it's not like a drip glaze, though. It's more of a... It'll come to me. It'll come to me. What do you think? Give you guys one more look. It's very interesting. They look very mid-century, don't they? Hello. I probably will call them mid-century. I think he still has pepper in him. I'll have to do a little investigating as to when they started using plastic on the stoppers. Because it used to be cork, and I don't know when it switched into plastic. So that's an indicator of how old they could be too. But I just love them. Okay. So I was pretty happy about those. Okay, my mom will like this one. This was at a Goodwill. It's one of the Goodwills, and they had a lot of stuff locked up in cases. And the first thing I spot are these little guys, and they are, you see that? They are Beswick or Beswick. I always say all these names wrong. Beswick, B-E-S-W-I-C-K. It even says expected by L. Brown. So apparently they have people inspecting them. They were $14.99, which is a little more than I like to spend. But I do know that Beswick is a very, very good name in porcelain. So let's go see what they're worth. Let's see if I did okay. Beswick. Now I'm not going to put the specific breed in yet. And I'm going to go immediately to sold, but there's going to be fewer results for me to go through. Still 200. Look at that. So Beswick dogs, you can see, do quite well. And I think I'm going to go back up, and I am going to put the specific breed because we cannot spend all day. I think these are Are they Westies? I think they're Westies, right? Where's my dog, people? Where's my dog, people? Let's see. See if Westies works. Oh, there they are. Let's put in West Highland Terrier just because, or West Highland, just to get technical. So 30, I'd rather see them be worth more than that. So you can see some international results here. Now what matters is how many are available. So we got one at 45. We've got another at 39. So guess what? I will price mine probably at $39.99 with the best offer. So even though they are only at around 30, come back. My mouse will not play nice. Come back. There we go. I can still, that's a $15 profit on that item. Actually, we got 10% off, so a little more than 15. I will take that. And super easy to ship. And then I also got this little guy, which is a little sparrow bird, and he was very nicely done. He is by Otagiri. Let's see, cover my eyes, and then it will focus on the Otagiri mark. There we go. Otagiri, Japan. You can see I paid $2.99 minus 10%. Let me come over here and share my screen. So Otagiri, why aren't you typing? Otagiri bird. All right, we got 900 results. Let's go to our solds. I may have to narrow down to what kind of bird he is, because apparently Otagiri bird brings back a lot of results. I suppose if I put in figurine, that would narrow it down. And we definitely have a figurine and not a mug and not a lamp. There we go, 67 results. That's much better. So let's find what our little porcelain birdie might be worth. This is very similar, very similar. There we go. There he is. He's like a $15 birdie, which is about what I was thinking. So we will turn our $2.99 into $15. I am perfectly fine with that, especially something this easy to ship. Okay. So these were antique store. We walked into this antique store. Oh, and they took the price tags off. Shucky darns. Okay. I have to try to remember the prices on these. This one, antique malls do that because they grab the price tags so that they can keep their records of like what, anyway. I found this piece right as we walked in the door. I priced at, I want to say $13. And the lovely thing about this, that's interesting. You can't see what I just did, but it's got a flat spot here, which I'm kind of now like, why did they do that? Because it can sit this way or it can sit this way. Huh. Didn't see that. But what was really cool about it is it has the original tag on the bottom. This is mid-century Murano with the original label. Focus. Come on. Focus. These cameras drive me nuts sometimes. Come on. There we go. Oh, lost it because I didn't hold still. Come on. Focus. Focus, focus, focus. All right. Well, you can see that original label. Now, sometimes these labels are in fact copied and stuck on pieces. But what makes this absolutely authentic, look at the age on the label, which I wish it would focus. Come on. Focus for me. Come on. Focus, focus, focus. It wants to. Anyway, you can see the scratches and the wear on the label. There we go. See that? It's the real deal. This is summer sew, which is when they blend the two colors together. This piece, I don't even need to look this up because I've sold so many like this. This piece will bring $40 to $50. Now, I sell a lot of this over on cherish.com versus eBay. That's cherish, CHAIRISH.com. This is where designers go and home decorators and people spending other people's money. So that's where I list my better Murano pieces. So I got that piece. And I found this piece. This was in a booth, unpriced. So I asked them, I said, how much? And it was a booth that was 50% off. She says, I think that one was $35, which means Danny got it for $17.50. So this is controlled bubbles, or what's known as Bulicante. And the reason you can tell this is authentic versus some of the knockoffs, look at the quality. Oh, look, you can even see me through it. Look at the quality of the bubbles. Look how the bubbles go from small to large, and the spacing in the bubbles, that takes a master craftsman to do that way. You can also tell the pontil is smooth. It's got the scratches from time. I mean, those scratches come from sitting on a shelf or a table and moving even ever so slightly and dust kind of gritting into it. Like, that's nearly impossible to reproduce. So that's one of your signs, and just the feel of it. And I wish I could put into words the feel of authentic Murano, but it's really, you have to go get your hands on it, because the more you handle it, the more you will recognize what is not authentic Murano. Like, that is so key in this old glass, is picking it up and feeling the feel of it. Like, it's almost a waxy feel, for lack of a better word. I mean, you just got to go, get your hands on it. Get your hands dirty. This one, I haven't looked up the Bulacantes for a while. So let's go ahead and look it up. Get back to the top here. So we have Murano glass. I'm not even going to put bowl, dish, ashtray. I'm just going to put Bulacante. See what comes up. We are sorted by highest first, of course. And this just gives you an idea of how popular Murano glass is. It still brings really good money. So this one right here is quite similar with the styling of the Bulacante, but it's not quite the shape. So we will go down a little further. But you can see my $17 purchase should do quite well. Actually, that was my piece that I sold. Let's see. Now I'm kind of looking for the shape. You could call this, what's the word that I normally use for the folded? Maybe just folded. Like, if it's like this, you call it biomorphic. This one isn't really biomorphic. So we're getting down to lower priced ones. Like, this is the shape pretty much here. $40. Yeah, I would be happy getting $40 for this. I won't take less than $40 for this, but I will probably list it at like $59.99 to start. Yep. It's about 60 bucks. And on Cherish, I should have no problem getting that price. On Cherish, I'll probably list this for more like $80 and end up taking like a $60 offer. So, but this isn't even like the best piece I got. No. Where do you see this baby? Okay. Get all this glass resituated. I was so tickled to death when I found this piece. Again, sitting on a shelf, not priced. So I went up to the ladies and I said, this piece is not priced. How much is it? And they said, let us check. They let me have this piece for $25. $25. Okay, and I will show you why I'm so excited. But again, you've got the very, very smooth pontil on the back. You've got the scratching in here. And what you have in this one is the summer sew technique. And in this case, it is multiple blends of purple. Now, purple is one of your most desirable colors right now. Can you see that? And it's almost kind of a blue purple. See how it blends, like how I'm like creating the angles? It's just a stunning piece. Getting pictures of these is a little tricky. This one has this neat little inset divot here, which is probably, I don't really know if this was meant to be an ashtray with just one divot like that, which makes it quite interesting, but I'll show you why. This is an exciting piece. Let me go over here. We'll leave the Murano glass. Now let's add summer soap. Let me show you. Oh, 1,400 results. That's going to be a killer. So what we don't want to look at right now is vases. So you can take out the words that you don't want it to pull up. There we go. That got us down to 658. That's better. All right. So we'll just even come down here a ways. Ah, yes, yes, yes. Oh, look at here. Similar colors. Oh, I do believe that is my bowl right there. Bowl, ashtray, whatever you want to call it. So they're calling it a geo bowl. But look, this one has, let's pull it up completely here. This one has that one funky little, oh, it's not quite the same. This one has more of a squared edge, but look at how theirs glows. So I might want to put this one under black light and check it out because the coloration seems to be the same. So that was 240 Australian, or about 167 American dollars. But I think I'm going to do quite well with this because of that purple and because of it being summer so. So yeah. Here again, a little bit similar. So I would probably put this one up in the, I'm going to put this up in the $130 to $140 range and see what happens. I'm pretty happy with those results. Yeah, again, here's like similar. I mean, even if I got 80 for it, I'm not going to cry if I get $80 for something I spent $25 on. So this one went in my carry-on. This bowl, I'll tell you how much this bowl weighs. This bowl is 3.5 pounds all by itself. So I had those 3 pieces of Murano in my carry-on. And when I went through security, they pulled it aside and they made me take everything out. I only had one thing break, just one thing. And I'm very sad about this, but I didn't spend a lot on this one thing. So I'll show you. This also came from an antique store that this booth was 50% off. So they were priced at $8. And I've never seen anything quite like these. So they very like, they're 60s looking ladies. They say made in Western Germany. That's what I wasn't sure is, when did Western Germany end? I know it ended, but I don't know my history enough to know exactly the date that it ended. So if somebody knows the date on when Western Germany stopped being called Western Germany, that will be very helpful. But yes, I did this. I broke her arm getting her back into the carry-on and getting it zipped up. So I'm going to try and glue her little, I can't even see because I'm backwards here. I'm going to try to get her little arm glued back on here. It's a pretty, how does it go? I can't even figure out how it goes now. All right. I'll have to figure it out when I'm not trying to show it on there like that. Yeah, it's a pretty clean break, so should do okay. 86 or 87. Yeah, don't they look more like, they look like 60s though, don't they? They just have that like flower child kind of thing going to me. So to look them up, wow, I broke her there too. I did a number on her. I feel bad. I heard it too. You ever do that? Are you ever packing something delicate and you push a little too hard and you hear crunch? Yeah, I heard it. I am getting scolded. Rebecca from Maine. I hope you're not mad at me. I do love your videos. Just trying to help. That Murano is stunning. What did I miss, Rebecca? I do watch the chat, but that is the first message I have seen from you. So welcome. I am interacting with my viewers, so I am not sure what you mean by that. Now, what won't happen is if you try to put a URL or something in the chat, that's not going to come through. Yeah. So November 89 is when the wall fell. That's okay. I love it. November 89, right on. It was Reagan who said, Mr. Gorbachev, tear down that wall. Yep, I remember that. So 1945, West Germany stopped being, so 1945 or 1989? Who? I still think they're 60s. They just have a 60s vibe to me. So let's look them up. Let me go over here. All right. I have to move her back out of the way so I can actually type. Go over here, lovely lady. All right. So West Germany. Why aren't we typing? Come on. West. There we go. Germany. I'm going to go lady figurine. Start with what we know. And not finding anything. I'm not even finding like the same style, which again is always an interesting thing. So I'm going to go into the actives and see what I can find here. And I don't know if you guys just heard that. That was my son shutting his door very loudly. They're not usually here on Mondays. That is why you don't ever hear my children in the background. But they did not go to their dad's this weekend. Let's see. So I'm finding Gobble. These are definitely not Gobble. So I'm not actually finding. Again, this is one of those things I'll probably run on auction. I will not actually list the broken one. She's a little bit, she might go down to the booth. I will run this girl, probably I'll just start her at $9.99 because then I can get more people looking at it and figuring out what she is, and I'll let her fly. If she's valuable, believe me, the collectors will come out and bid her up. If she's not, then she may end at opening bid or not sell at all. That's how I find out. You can also try comparing marks on some of those other pieces. Yeah, most of those were Gobble. So this is definitely not a Gobble. So it reminds me of a treasure craft kind of a piece. You know, honestly, that brown glaze that treasure craft used, like, that's what it reminds me of. All right, let's see. Let's put you in here. This is one of the last things I found while I was there, because by Sunday when I was shopping, I already knew my suitcase was very full because I had packaged it ahead just to see how much room I had left. So I knew I was looking for little things, and I was looking for light things, and I was looking for not any more big, huge pieces of Murano because I knew I was going to be in trouble. And I didn't really want to juggle an extra suitcase either. But, you know, when you spot a really pretty piece of pottery like this. Now, I have not peeled this to see if it's marked. I paid $2.99. And no, it is not marked. My gut instinct is that this is Polish pottery. It's just got that look of a bunch of the Polish pieces that I've done. So, I'm going to take the tape off. Okay. And see. Nope. No clues inside either. But I really think it's Polish. I really, really do. So I would look it up as a Polish pottery. Is it soapstone? Is this piece soapstone? No, it's redware. It's a redware pottery. So we will put in, actually, I'll just put in redware pottery. Is it a sugar? It does look Polish, huh, Sonia? Yeah, I'm just going to go with Polish. Well, let's put in Polish redware pottery. Why not? Let's see. Oh, only 12 results. So maybe redware. For those that don't know what Polish pottery looks like. Oh, 18,000 results. I think that's a little bit, because we're in active. Let's go to sold. Still 4,000 results, you guys. Holy moly. So let's call it a sugar. Hard to say. Doesn't quite look like those. I may be wrong on the Polish part, but it sure does look like the Polish pottery that I have found. So I may just have to call it a redware. Gosh. Yeah. Now, see, I'm a little more stumped. So what if I take out the Polish and I put redware pottery sugar? Still brings good money, though. Look at that. If I just use those terms, should still do okay. Like Row Pottery made some, Old Salem, Row. I know this glaze. I'm a little brain dead today. Forgive me. I'm not coming up with my words very well. But this glaze on this is the key. And if I can just find this glaze to fine tune it, that's how I will narrow it down. And I'm not quite seeing it now, but I am not discouraged. I think I can get about $29.99 for this, just because it's so cool. And the other thing I found at that same store, this is how funny my shopping is. Like, I don't just go for the, the vintage and antique stuff. Yeah, you guys were thinking Polish as well. Yeah. Yeah. Joss, she's referring to the crazy lamp lady, has been finding so much Czechoslovakian, so it just looked like it. And I got it. Oh, which is funny, sitting behind me. I learned so much from Crazy Lamp Lady. You guys, go watch her stuff too. Honestly, none of us will ever know it all. And we learn through this community and watching each other's specialties. I have always said that. And I've sold a piece of the Eldrith pottery. I learned from her. I sold some Pigeon Forge pottery. I learned from her. And I've picked up some Czech pottery now because of her. So I'm with you. I know. So check out this little guy. It's a hedgehog. He was $2.99. Now, I kind of debated with my daughter over whether he really was a mug or he would have had a lid. Because I know a lot of this stuff sometimes has a lid. And let me peel just so I can figure out exactly who done it and make this a little quicker process to look it up. It is made by, it's a Gibson? Who knew? Gibson. So let's see what a Gibson hedgehog mug goes for. It's probably not as much as I want it to be. But he was just so darn cute. Gibson Hedgehog mug. Let's see. Oh, well, there you go. Oh, somebody's got it for $18.99, $21. But let's see what they've sold for. Hey, now, I'm good with that. I will list him. You know, don't let this stuff discourage you. Put your focus on this stuff right here. Anybody can sell it at this price, okay? This is where you niche yourself. This is where you get your quality customers. So I will list him at $19.99. $19.99 all day long. And if he sells for $15, so be it. I'm okay with that. So speaking of Crazy Lamp Lady, this is funny because the only reason I picked this piece up was because of watching her, because I just don't do a lot of Asian stuff. This is, okay, help me out, vintage conversation. It's Famille de Rose, but what is, there's something about it having people, and I can't remember what that is. I have to go back and watch what it is when it has people versus when it doesn't have people. Like there's something, but while the little Mandarin is with the people. Thank you. Rose Famille. I thought it was Famille Rose. Rose Famille, Famille Rose. I guess it doesn't matter what order you put it in, huh? So let's go take a look. So we'll put in Rose Famille. I'm just going to put that first. Oh, too many results. Let's put in what we have. We have a creamer. They had a teapot too, but it didn't have a lid, so I left it behind. So we've got 7 results. There's mine. Oh, Canton. It's Canton with the people, right? Let's pull that up and look and see. I need to make some cheat sheets. Let's see if this has people. Oh, see, no, this doesn't have people. So Canton is no people, and Mandarin must be with people then, right? Is that how it works? So they got 26 for that one. I like that. I know some of you get sick of me saying it, but I'm looking for my $20 bills. I'm looking for my $20 bills. So, okay. So what if I put in Mandarin here? Oh, look at all the people. Check that out. Oh, there it is in the set. So it looks like Mandarin is more desirable, actually. Yeah? Huh. Now these are, like that. You know where these were not shipping out of the USA. Let me just say right there. Ugh, that makes me so frustrated seeing all that. No, we end the results right here. I'm pretty happy. Pretty happy with my $20 bill for, did I show you? $3.99. This came from a Salvation Army, I believe. Oh my gosh. So we hit a little store that was an assistance league thrift shop. Now this is really funny because when I took my trip in December and my daughter and I went shopping, we hit an assistance league store that had a 50% off sale. So we walk into this assistance league store and the first thing they tell us is everything is 50% off. That is so music to my ears. Oh my gosh. So one of the first things I picked up was this little basket. Now, I do not believe this is Murano, and it fooled me. And I'm going to tell you why I don't believe it's Murano. It's got the look, it's got the shape, it's got the colors, it's even got the pontil, kind of. This pontil does have a little, where is it? A little occlusion there. The weight is off. If this were Murano, the ratio of the weight to the thickness of this glass should be a lot heavier. And it's not. This only weighs, it weighs 1.5 pounds. Whereas, well, I'll give you an example. This little guy right here is about the same size, weighs 2 pounds. So there's a definite density issue in the glass. But nonetheless, this is a beautiful piece of vintage art glass basket. I can use the term summer sew because summer sew describes the technique and the coloring, doesn't describe the maker. So you can use that term for other art glass. There's another company I want to say, I can't think of it, that does things that do mimic Murano. Is it Chalet glass? I want to say Chalet, which is, it's possible this might be. This piece I paid $10 for because it was half price. They had 20 on it. I expect to get 30 to 40 for this piece. And then I spotted, did this come from there? No, this didn't come from there. This came from a Goodwill. No, this came from Salvation Army. Another pumpkin-y guy, which I've talked about before, so I won't go look that one up. What else did I get from the half price place? Oh, I got these little guys. So these are, I don't know, I think they're supposed to be like little ashtrays. They're little pottery flowers. I have no idea who done them. And since it's getting late, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a few things, and then you guys tell me what you want to see me look up. Okay, so be thinking about that as I'm showing you stuff. So let's call these the flowers. You want to see me look those up. I got this little guy. It's actually got an old made in Japan sticker. So it is vintage, and I really like the look of it. I wish that I had 2 of them, but I think what I'm going to do is put a little succulent, like a little fake succulent in this and sell it down at the booth for probably 15 to 20 on that piece. I got this. No, that came from Goodwill, but I'll show it to you. I have not peeled the sticker on this. Oh, I actually tried and the sticker doesn't want to come off. So let me see if I can. I hate when they put the stickers over an original label. Something Oregon, made in Oregon. So it's, Eastman. So it's, see, it's on here, impressed into it that it's an Eastman pottery from Oregon. And it's got a sailboat, you know, on one side and little sailboats on the other side. I paid $3.99 for this one minus 10%. This was from one of the stores that was 10% off. I was not sure this was going to make it home in one piece. This is my favorite blue sky clay work. Okay, this is a happy birthday cake. Here's the cake base. So it's August, which is coming up. So I need to get this listed like right now. It's got its original tag. This was $12, but it was 50% off. So I picked it up for $6. I do want to look this one up with you. Because I think these, oh, and the little candle piece comes out the top separately. Yeah, this one was a little, this was sketchy getting this little baby home. Does it come out this way? No. Whoop. Watch me break it now. That would just be the be all end all, wouldn't it? Okay. I'm going to put it back over here so I don't accidentally knock it on the floor. Stay there. So let's just look up blue sky clayworks. Blue sky falling on me, nothing but blue skies. Oh, sorry. All right. I get songs that just pop in my head. So notice I didn't put the August in right away, but check it out. Okay. So here's one for $58. July, $59. Yeah, I got to get this one listed like today. Should bring about 40 bucks. I should get 40 bucks. Easy peasy for this. You can see 30, 30, 30, 30. But being it's August is right around the corner, I got to jump on this. And so this is, look out for these guys. Look at these ones don't have the underplate. And do they have, no, I don't know if they're supposed to have the candle on top, but they don't have the underplate. These two have the underplate. Somebody just sold those super cheap. Oh, but look what they did. They socked in like an extra 10 bucks of shipping by just putting a flat 20 bucks. So that's why they only sold for $19.99. I don't understand that. Makes customers very unhappy. But okay, there you go. It's my $40 birthday cake that I paid $6 for. God, I was so excited when I saw that. But I was really scared about getting that one home. This was another Goodwill purchase. Just a really interesting piece of pottery, right? It is glazed on the inside and matte on the outside. It was $4.99. Oh, the basket was chalet glass. Nice. Is that SRB? Oh, remind me which one you're talking about, vintage. SRB. Remind me what SRB means, and then maybe I'll know which one you're talking about too. You have a naughty mug in that style. Ooh. Price the blue sky. I did. Check how many actives. Oh, on the blue sky. Oh, for August. That's a good point. Let me check. Let me show you. So we've only got 64 total listed. December. No, nobody's got. Here's an August for 35. Now remember, if I price mine, let's say I put mine at $39.99 with shipping, it's going to come right in the same range with this, but maybe cheaper overall depending where they are, because my shipping isn't going to be $14.95 to somebody who lives closer because it's not that heavy. The shipping on that's going to be like 11 to a closer zone at the most. Yep. Let me just go up here and put, August. So there's 7 Augusts. The 35 is the highest. I'm not seeing the underplate. No, and this one's blue. This one's blue. This one's green. Does it have, does it have the underplate under there? I guess it does. Yep. It's okay. This will be a good lesson. I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to get 30 bucks for that. Even though there are sellers that have this for $16 to $22 or whatever that one is, $22, I am going to get at least 30 for mine. I am going to get closer to 40 for mine. Watch me. That is about having a niche. Oh, SRB is a California pottery. Okay. On the mug. Okay. So I know I've explained it before for those that are like new to watching. There's a lag. So what I'm saying right this very second, you guys aren't actually hearing for about 20 to 30 seconds. So then when you make a comment, I have to think back to what I was talking about 20 or 30 seconds ago, or sometimes a minute ago. Okay, this piece says, I don't know. I think it's, holy moly. Got to study that mark a little bit. Okay, here. Oh. Got to get the tag off my finger. Hold. It's sticking to me. And I have to kind of keep the tags with it because I have to log everything in. I haven't even had a chance to do that yet. Okay. So block my face so it will focus on this. All right. Something pottery. Is that what you guys see? What do you see? Oh, I wish it would focus a little better. There we go. Oh, come on. You wanted to. Come on. Focus, focus, focus. Can you guys make out what that says? Help me, help me. S Mountain Pottery. I see a B. Bold Mountain? Bald Mountain? Pottery, maybe? What do you think? All right. I can't wait to look this up. I have to look this up now. I have to see. Let's look. I'm going to put bold because Bald Mountain just doesn't sound right. Whoop. So, Bold Mountain. None of these say Bold Mountain in the... Drives me crazy. Let me try Bald Mountain. Maybe it is Bald Mountain. Oh, would you look at that? It is Bald Mountain. Oh, would you look at that? Hey now, I do love when those kind of results come up. Let's go look at solds. Yeehaw doggies. $8.99. Come on. 1993 Bald Mountain Pottery. Okay, that I'm not listing this for $8.99. I'm going to go more with in the line of the cheapest one here is $59.99 for crying out loud. No, those are sponsored. There, the cheapest one here is $29.99. Yeah, I'm thinking this is more like a $29.99, but I'll price it a little higher because you've got them priced higher. If I price in the $49.99 price range, I've got room for the offers. I've got room to work with somebody. I've got room to put it on 50% off if it sticks around too long. That's what I'll do. So it's Bald Mountain. Bald Mountain. Oh, I got to show you this because I'm not a purse girl. I am not a purse girl at all. But this little baby, we were getting like kicked out of the store. They were closing. You know, that last call, I got to check out. I send Jordan up to the register with the cart and I'm like still looking. And this little baby pops off of the rack at me. And I'm like, ooh, that's really good quality. Anybody know, any guesses who the maker on this purse is? With just looking at what you see here. If you know the brand, you're going to know. If you know the brand, you're going to know who done it. Just by the hardware. Just saying. Any guesses before I show you? Because I was like tickled to death. It was $5.99. It is real leather. And it is, can you see it? Can you see it? Can't get down in there. It's a Brighton. It is a Brighton purse. Now I did cheat and I already looked this one up. I will easily get 35 to 40 on this one. 35 to 40. Yep, it's Brighton. Yep, you guys knew. But I'm a little bit like, I really love it. I almost want to keep it because I kind of like it. And since I found that purse at that price, I went through I was like scrambling through the purses because they had a bunch of nice purses. And then this one popped out at me too. Just clean, nice with a good, I'm like the color girl. And this one ends up, it was $4.99. And this one ends up being a relic. It's a relic, which isn't, super expensive, but this thing is so clean and everything inside. I think I'll get $30 on this one too. And I've been neglecting the stuff I've been putting on Posh lately. So I needed some poshy things. Oh, let's see. What did I not show you guys? Oh, this little guy. Anybody know who done it on this? It will surprise you. It will surprise you probably a lot. Hey, Picker Mom. Jen says, I am a purse girl. Love it. I know I'm not a purse girl and I love it. So I can imagine a purse girl would love it. Yes. Okay. Anybody recognize? This jumped at me from the shelf very, very quickly. Because it is a Joseph Originals. Now, it's not going to make me rich by any stretch, but he was $4. And this one I'm going to show you. Just because this is a good thing to know. It's a good thing to know. Joseph Originals, and he's flocked. That's what that's called. So you can see some of these do very, very well. Oops. Dun, dun. And I figured he's about $29.99 would be what I would list him for. He'll definitely sell for at least $20. But you can see this cute little line of these little flocked animals. Now this is deceiving picture. This one is a really tiny one. Look how big the head is compared to the body. They made a line that was like little miniatures. And I actually don't see this one in particular. So the little raccoon might do quite well for me. So yes, Joseph Originals. Like a lot of people don't know that they made something other than like the birthday girls and the birthday or the angel, that little line and the little girls. Yeah, yeah. Oh, since I mentioned them before, so at that little place that was all 50% off, I spot these. Ta-da! Made in Czechoslovakia. Now these aren't that exciting because they're plain colors. They had 3 of the green and 4 of the yellow. I'm actually not quite sure how I'm selling them yet, if I'm going to do each or as a set. I'm still a little undecided. But they were priced at $3 each thing, which made them $1.50 each. Can't really go wrong. Even if I got $10 a piece, I'm in the money. This size of a teacup is known as a demi-tasse, which I am probably saying wrong because I say all of these little French names wrong, but I say it like it's spelled. So demi-tasse, demi-tasse. So I did pick those up. Was this a Goodwill? Yeah, this was a Goodwill purchase. This is soapstone, carved soapstone. It is a little trinket box. I did pay $7.99. This is at least a $30 bill, which there is no such thing, but you know what I'm saying, right? Yeah, all day long. This has like a wildcat attacking an elephant with, you know, a deer or something running the other way. This is really bizarre. Or maybe that's another wildcat that I don't know. It's interesting. Oh, I picked up some art. I picked up some brass quails. Oh, check these guys out. Oh, this came from that shop. So these guys were also 50% off of $12. Really heavy. So again, this was in my suitcase. No, this was in my carry-on with all the heavy stuff. But yeah, I have a thing for quail. I mean, even in scrap value, these are worth $6. So I may take these down to I'm not sure yet if these will go to the booth or if I'll try to list them. I mean, they're not that hard to ship, and they might even fit in the medium flat rate. That it's pretty much based on that. What else did I get? What else? Oh, I'll show you the art. So I don't know if these are the same. No, they're different. So they're these, pretty sure they're Chinese. Oh, it says about the artist. A Chinese brush painter, Dick Yat Ing. I shouldn't even try to say that. Was a 1960s artist. So this is, he was a street artist. I don't know. It's got all this info on the back, but it's horses, and that's why I picked it up, because it is horses, as you can see. I know the artist, and it was $3 for each one of these, so that's kind of a no-brainer. I should be able to get at least $29.99 a piece on those. I got scarves. I got a shirt. Oh, I don't know. We'll keep going. Because I'm always excited to look this stuff up too. I wait until I'm here with you guys. So I'm really excited to look up some of this stuff too. Okay, let me make sure I didn't miss anything here. Oh, that's true. They will blend with the pattern ones. Yeah. Yep. Demi-Toss, I said it correct. Yay! Partridges. No, those are quails. Those are the little bobtail. No, they're not the bobtails. They're the desert quails. Desert quails. When I lived in Tucson, I had them everywhere. I love those little things. They're so adorable. So why is India brass worth less? And does it change that if it's vintage? I didn't know India brass was worth less. Worth less than what are you comparing to as far as that goes? Because I didn't know that. I sell a lot of stuff that's the India brass. Yeah, they were really nice horses, huh? Yeah, kind of horse thing. All right. Speaking of horses, so I got to tell you guys, you want to talk about somebody who knows how to buy clothing off the racks? My daughter, it's insane. Now, she's got a Poshmark store, but she doesn't have a lot of time to work it. So it's a little lacking. Plus, she is her model. She models everything she sells. So that gets her behind too. But that girl knows. She can find all of the trendy or the designer stuff. It blows my mind how she can fill a cart. I found this one though. This is a hunt scene, as you can see, and it is Ralph Lauren green label. And I can't remember the different labels and which is like better than others. I don't know how good the green label is, but I do know this is the hunt scene, which I think should be good. Now, I could be totally embarrassed and it could be worth $2, but we're going to find out. I will take that risk. So let's go over to hunt scene Ralph Lauren. I don't know if you call it a shirt or a blouse. Ooh, we've got this one. Why are they calling it hipster? So I'm going to look in. I'm going to take out shirt just in case it's called blouse, because now I'm in clothing. Here's a skirt with that. Okay, I think I'm okay. Matching fewer words. Now let me go to for sales. Oh, there it is. Somebody has it for $54. So I was good. I got the right thing. $54. I see. I just had a hunch. Even $32, I'd be happy. I'd be happy with $29.99. That was my goal. So I think I'm okay. Yay. I just had a feeling about it. And it's not actually my size, but I could squeeze into it if I had to. And I would. I would totally wear that. And then I got on a little scarf kick. This one, because I'm just kind of thinking scarves are going to be a little more popular this year than in years past. Just saying. You know what I'm saying? All right, this one was $2.99, but it was half off, so it was $1.50. And the little guys on it, and I have to confess, I did try to look this one up already too. It says Kakaluni. All right, help me, guys. Who is Kakaluni or Looney Kaka? Like, and it's this weird these little bunny people like this. Yeah. See why these are going to be popular? I'm just saying. Yeah, so I don't really know anything about it except that it's weird little anime bunnies. Then this one I picked up, which was also like $1.50. If I can get my hands on it, it has like Viking ships. Like at first I thought it was sailboats, but then look, it's like the old style. I know it's upside down here. I'll turn this way and then it won't be upside down. I'm thinking it's like Viking ships, right? And then like that purple on the side kind of fruity thing. No maker, no brand that I can find. I think actually it got cut off. Somebody cut it off, but I just think that it's a cool kind of a print. And then owls. I got owls. Cute little owls. Again, no maker, but you know, when you're buying these for $1.50, if it sells for 10, I'm still happy with that. And then last but not least, I got this one. Feel like I wish the tag was not off of this one, because this actually made me think of the very, very fancy schmancy, or as my daughter would say, I think this is the proper use of the word bougie. Bougie. I'm not even going to try to say it because I say it wrong. I'm going to try to say it. Hermes, Hermes. Is that? I always got like Hermes. Come on, it's Hermes. Doesn't it have that kind of a feel to it? Kind of a, yeah. Come on, back me up. Or even like I don't know. It's very designer looking to me. And somebody did cut the tag off, so I can't really call it that, but that's why I picked this one up though, because it had that feel to it. And when I find one thing like is out of my niche, I make sure I don't just get one of it. I barrel into it. Yes. Okay. Yes. I love getting a little backup. Yes. So that's how you spell it. Hermes. Yeah, it does. Yep. Hermes. I have no French in me. I have no French in me. I am a Polak. I would be the girl. Okay. Movie reference time. I would be the girl who went into the dress shop and wanted the Versace. You know that movie? You know what I'm talking about? Oh, what am I forgetting? What have I think I got. Yeah. All right. Good stuff. I cannot wait to get this stuff listed. I feel so behind on listing. So behind. But it was an absolutely amazing 3 days off. Even though I shopped, and see, that is the beauty of making your business something that you love, is that when you're taking a vacation and you still do a portion of your business and you're loving it, it doesn't feel like work. Like we just have the best time. just the best time shopping together. And then, decorating her little apartment when we got back and hanging some shelves and some stuff and finding the cute little things. And it gave me a little different perspective too on those things that people are buying, especially like out of my booth, because we were like the bargain shoppers. So we weren't looking for anything expensive to decorate with. We were looking for the old canning jars and the old tins and things like that were in the under $10 range. But for that dealer, if they picked it up at a yard sale for 50 cents or $1 and sold it for 10 or 12, that's some good profit. So yay. The out one is made of see another one of those words, viscose, which is a bamboo fiber. It's sold for $10 to $12. Not so hot now. Viscose is a bamboo fiber. Very interesting. I'm still $10 to $12 on a dollar purchase. I am totally good with. I'm good with that. Thank you. Yes, it really was an amazing time. She is, how do I describe Jordan? She's 28. She's very millennial. She is amazingly smart. And we have some really deep discussions, like deep. And I have to confess, we tried to watch Hamilton because all I hear is everybody raving about Hamilton. And I don't know, maybe we didn't give it enough of a chance to get going, but we ended up switching it off within about 20 minutes. We just couldn't get into it. So I don't know. I hear everybody raving about it. Couldn't do it. I may try again. I know. Teresa says, oops, wrong one. I'm Polish. We are smart. Polak. Yes. I know. That whole like dumb Polak thing. I was like, where'd that come from? No Hamilton for me. Yeah. Anybody else watch Hamilton and love it? Because what did I miss? I think it's just that the whole thing was like singing. The whole thing was music. And I love musicals. I used to be in musicals. I used to do musicals. But I like a little dialogue in between the music. So it's just me. I played Annie in Annie Get Your Gun. I was Annie Oakley. It's one of my most favorite roles ever. That and the witch in Hansel and Gretel. That was a pretty epic role too. I loved that. There was a tape floating around somewhere. Gosh, my mom's in the chat. What was the cable company that shot the video for that? It was on cable. I wish I could go back and find that. It's so cool. Okay, it's not just me. Okay, we were both just bored to tears. And I'm a history buff. I love history. I love musicals, but I couldn't do it. We almost switched to Frozen 2, and then I was like, no, we're not going there either. Didn't like Into the Woods either. What's Into the Woods? Is that a musical or is that like just a movie? I tried to get her to watch Winchester with me. She wouldn't do it because her and I went to the Winchester house many years ago. So we've actually been there together, but they just made it too much on the okay, it's a musical. Too much on the make a scary movie part instead of make it historical. My mom says she's tried for years to find it, but no luck. Yeah. What was the name of the cable company? Who done it? Who was the one who recorded that? Somebody's got it somewhere out there. Somebody does. Yep. Put you guys on a quest. We could figure out the year. It was in La Habra, California. And it was the production of Hansel and Gretel by the La Habra Community Theater. And I was the witch. So if you ever find that floating around somewhere, I was the witch. Oh, the Winchester house is fascinating. Like that poor woman, her poor mind. I can't even imagine living, like thinking that there were evil spirits out to get you in your very home, and that the only way you could stay safe was to keep building rooms, because I guess moving back then isn't an option. I don't know. I guess you couldn't just up and move to a new place. You know, your house was your house. Yeah. I've never asked the theater if they have a copy. I don't know, Mom, did you ever ask the theater if they have a copy? Yeah. Don't remember the cable company. I will try to find out from one of my many friends in La Habra. Yeah, so like I think the theater's still there. Maybe they have it in the archives somewhere. I mean, it was many years ago. What was that, like 40 years ago? Yeah, I just gave out my age. Oh, that's fascinating. Your grandmother was Winchester's personal assistant. Jenny, I would love to talk about that. And you know what? I am so glad I just saw your name, because you asked me a question that I want to address. Holy moly. How could I forget that? Yay. Didn't quit too soon. So just so you guys know, if you need help with an item identifying, there's two ways. You can be over in the Niche to Profit Facebook group. That is my group that I run, and you can get identifications over there, get eBay, Poshmark, Etsy questions, and not so much Amazon. Like we're the non-Amazon group. Plenty of other groups for Amazon. We're the non-Amazon group. Although many of our sellers have Amazon as one of their channels. So there are people who do Amazon in the group. It's just not the focus of the group. We're more the one-off sellers, as we call ourselves. So you can join the group and post during the week, or if you have something you want me to look up here on the show live, you can send me a message, which Jenny has done. Now we're going to trade off, Jenny, because now I want to hear stories. I want to hear stories about Winchester, because that's fascinating. All right, so she has submitted this little creamer, I want to call it. Let's see. You gave me some information on it. It's peacock color. Yeah, so I'm already leaning toward it probably being Blanco. Teal or turquoise, 7 inches high. That's what I was looking for. So got the handle. The handle application is important. And yeah, this base is very, it's could be Blanco. That's going to be my first guess. So that will be the first place I'm going to go look, is to go, let's see, Blanco glass. I'm going to call it a pitcher. It might be a creamer. It's probably more like a creamer, but let's just go see if we can find, how about we do this? Let's just put in creamer first and see what we find. That's better. 47 results to work with. So what you want to look and kind of see is, do you find the style? Do you find the handle application, that shape? That's your easy. And it doesn't have to be the same color yet. You're kind of looking for the shape and specifics that way. I do really believe you have, at the very least, a mid-century piece. So we'll go down a little bit more, just check. Okay. And then you can go over and look at solds. Now, blue is going to be more desirable than any of the yellows or golds or oranges. Here's a similar style, and they have called this one Blanco. And it's about the right color. Yeah, you can also go over to see that color is very Blanco. You can also do a Google search for Blanco colors. There is a site here, the Blanco site, that has all of your colors. See, there's an aqua color that looks very close to what yours is, right? But you can just kind of go through here And you can search for colors. Let me find that peacock color. Like here's the peacock color. So compare between the peacock and the aqua, and first try to narrow down the color and do your searching that way. And then you've also got, you can go to the designers page on here and go through the different designers, you know, and kind of look at their styles and their shapes, because there's specific things in there for each designer. And that you can help track down a little more of what you're looking for if it is a Blanco piece. But it's one of those key makers, Blanco or Kanawa or Rainbow. They all kind of were active during that time period. But yeah, I agree that this color does appear to be a Blanco color. That was my very, very first instinct when I saw this. So yeah, I would dig in a little bit more on that page and see if you can find the same shape. If you can find the same shape, and the key there is this pinched part right here and the handle. Those are your key factors you want to look for, the same shape when I say shape. Now you also submitted this cobalt blue tumbler. And there's the pontil. We know this is hand blown. And we also know that they took the time to actually finish off, polish out that pontil, which is a little higher quality. And he said a set of 2 heavy cobalt blue tumblers, $1.20 each at Goodwill. Goodbye. Blue half moon indentation at the bottom, meaning, no, that's just the pontil. The vertical 3/4 inch spaced ridges, I'll look at those again. And should I price them as if they were handmade Mexican glass? Not necessarily. So the half moon, you mean kind of like, that's just the scar. It's called the pontil scar. So what happens when this comes off of the punt, or the piece of glass that's holding this as it's being spun and shaped, they snip it. So there's this little, oh, you can't see me. They snip it, and then there's this little, like this little bloop that comes off the end, right? And so some crafters will just then snip that closer off and leave it very, very rough. And then some of the makers will actually take and do a little bit more melting, a little sanding, and smooth it out, which takes a little longer, which means they're taking a little more time in the creation of their piece, which is generally going to lean toward being better than the rougher, ragged-edged pontils you often see on a lot of the cheaper pieces. So these little pinched marks around here, that was just the design that the maker put in. It looks like they created these ribs. I think I would call this panels or ribs. When you're searching, look at both. It could be panels, could be ribs. The big factor here is that these are cobalt blue, which is really desirable, and they are hand-blown glasses. Now you just have 2. So this is how I would search these. Cobalt blue glass tumblers. So you know yours don't have any of the cuts or anything in them. So I would just take out cut as one. I'm more apt to subtract words than I am to add words at first. So like these are a decagon shape, which means there's 10 sides, but look, $130. Whew. Look, these look similar to yours, right? Granted, you know, it's a set of 7. These probably would have done better as a set of 6. Just saying. Look at same type of blown on the bottom. Okay. So those came out to about $10 each when you factor that in. So I wouldn't be afraid to price yours at somewhere in like the $29.99 range for the pair. Why not? There's a pair sold for, well, we know they sold between 20 and 30, this pair here. So yeah. Oh my goodness. I'm not even showing you the screen. So bad. I'm just going away. Yeah. I'm so sorry. Yeah, so what I was referring to is, that's embarrassing when I do that. Where's the set I was referring to? Here, these ones look, like yours. This set of 7. I need like I know, I'm sharing my screen now. I'm so dumb. I should have just done that. Somebody needs to like give me a zapper. You're not sharing your screen. Yeah, because I have 2 monitors, and so like the one I share, when I'm over there looking at that one, I'm not looking at the one where your chat is. So yeah. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I would not say that these are Libby ones. So Seneca made some similar, but I wouldn't even give them a name. I'm just going to call Cobalt blue, hand blown, art glass tumblers. $29.99 would be probably where I would go with them. My bad. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. And then you had one more piece. One more piece here, which is quite interesting. Okay, share my screen again. There it is. All right, this is, and you gave me information on it. And I love this, by the way. Anybody who sends me an item to look up on the show, please send me complete information. Since I don't have the item in my hand, makes it a little harder for me to see what kind of material it's made of, the size, all that stuff. So we've got, these are the tumblers after I said all that. Here's the information. On the black acrylic swan vase on a mahogany base with mother of pearl accents, it is 8 inches high. Japanese stickers, paid $2 at Goodwill. Not current, pads are worn, good. So see, you're learning the signs of vintage. That's very, very good. Okay, so now I will show you this is said swan. These are the mother of pearl accents. So we know it's Asian. Here, let's look at the mark. So we know it's Asian. Don't necessarily know Chinese, Japanese. Now it does have a made in China sticker. And this is a fairly modern made in China sticker. And modern, I mean, this could be like 1970s and up. Modern, if you will. And, you're probably like me. You don't read Chinese. So if you had a friend who read Chinese, that would be great. But that's okay. Let's go with what we know, which is, and now are you sure it's acrylic? Because this was my thought when I first saw this, is that it is some sort of horn or bone, especially looking at this graining right here. So, Jenny, if you could tell me what makes you think that it's acrylic. And while you're telling me that, I'm going to leave out the material part of this, and I'm going to look up Asian swan vase. Only 3 results in solds. So let's go to actives. See if we can, how many was 46? It felt like acrylic. Yeah, I'm not so sure that's acrylic. I mean, it's possible. It's a resin. Not seeing anything like it. One of the ways you can tell bone or a natural material from, say, a plastic or resin type material is to rub it really fast with your thumb. And then once you heat it up, smell it, because plastic is going to have a chemical smell, and bone, or, I mean, I know this is an ivory, but if it were a white item, bone, ivory, those types of things are going to have more of a, how do I describe it? A natural smell? I mean, it's not going to smell chemical. It's going to smell like, I don't want to be gross, but like a fleshy smell, you know. It's going to be more, come on, somebody help me with the words here. Say like, maybe like pungent kind of smell. Anyway, yeah. So, but it's like, it's doing, you know, it's the rub until it's warm, and then it's like, oh, that'll help you narrow down what it's actually made of. Because if it's carved from bone or horn or antler, that's going to be more valuable than acrylic. And so you really want to kind of know one way or another on that, because even if you run this on auction, which is probably what I would do with this piece because it's very unique, I'd want to be able to put which thing it is. Yep. Ah, you missed the beginning. Yeah, 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock on Mondays. That's okay. You can watch the replay. We got lots of stuff. But thanks for showing up. Yeah, I would probably run that piece at auction. What did you tell me you paid for it? I know I'm not showing my screen. I'm just looking to see what you paid for it. Oh, you paid $2 at Goodwill. I would probably run that at auction starting at $29.99. And the reason I would pick $29.99 is that if it is a valuable piece, you're not letting it go for like $10 and then going, oh my gosh, what did I do? You're getting $30 and all is right with the world. Also, if it's a super valuable piece, you're going to get a couple people to show up and bid it up. It's very unique. It's very interesting. If I was to put this piece at fixed price, I would probably put like an $89.99 price tag on it with best offer. That way, again, the same logic with auction. I am putting it at a price that I have a lot of flexibility to come down on it. If it's not worth that much, but yet if it is valuable, if I were to get $90 for it, I'm good with that, you know? Oh, that is not necessarily so. You cannot automatically think that. Now, 20 years ago, I would have agreed with you. But now that made in China sticker, it goes back to 70s, 80s is when we started seeing the made in China stickers, which were the little gold stickers. So it could definitely be a vintage piece. And it could also, I mean, the fact that they used mother of pearl, it could be a bone or an antler still and have a made in China sticker on it. So you can't count out that it's made in China. I know it's weird how things have changed even since, you know, I started selling on this site. Let's see, eBay's having its 25th anniversary. I'm going into my 22nd year. Like, I came onto eBay the first year they were really out there. It was when they went public, and you know, they changed from auction web. See, they count their anniversary from when they very first started as auction web. And I count my selling anniversary from when they were eBay. So 22 years. So much has changed. But yeah, like the whole, well, this is what's funny too, is the stigma behind made in China. So the first 10 years pretty much that I was selling, you didn't want to say something was made in China. That was taboo, like cheapened it right off the bat. You didn't, you know, you just left that off. And there was a lot of made in China stuff. Let's face it, because there was a lot of made in China stuff. But it generally meant lower quality. We're looking for the better stuff. As time has gone by, that stigma left. With the creation of Walmart out here, everybody became okay with made in China. Made in China became just like, okay, it's just how we get our stuff. It's neither good or bad. It just is. And now what we're seeing is a shift right back into made in China is not good and is cheaper quality. Go USA. It's very interesting to watch this whole cycle of stuff going again. Yeah. I mean, it's not just technically vintage, it's vintage. This kills me. Anything made before the year 2000 is vintage. I don't even know what to say about that. And now anything made after 1920 is antique. I mean, before 1920 is antique, so it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, I never could have dreamed what it would feel like to get to this age and think about things that way. But yeah, that's, and and I say this a lot especially in the videos that I just did this weekend, is, going around, they mix this new stuff made to look old in with the old stuff. And like, the younger generations don't seem to care. My daughter doesn't care when it was made. She cares how it looks. She doesn't care about the vintage value. She cares about what it's going to look like in her apartment. So we have to remember that too when we are selling to the new customer out there. A lot of them don't really care about the vintage factor. They just really care about what it looks like. So you have your honest to goodness collector stuff. So it's really just knowing who your market is. Are they buying it because it's a collector piece? Or are they buying it as something they're going to decorate with? That's the key. That's really the key. How it's going to get sold and how you market it. Yeah. Crazy. It's crazy. All right. Well, I'm looking over here at an absolute insane mess because I literally unpacked my suitcase right onto my table so I could do this show. So I have some cleanup to do. And I got to say hello to my doggies and my children, and I'll probably take a nap because I got up really early this morning. So thank you all for hanging in there with me. And yeah, if you're not already subscribed, please do so. And there's a little bell notification you can hit, and then it's going to let you know when I upload a new video. So I upload a new video every single day, even when I'm not home. Those ones you saw over the weekend, those got scheduled ahead of time. So I had to work really hard last week to get those videos done and scheduled. Usually I'm doing the video for the next day, the night before, but had to scramble a little bit. But I've got plenty of video to show you guys and some really fun stuff. So stay tuned for that. And with that, go be profitable and make it fun. And we will see you on the next one. Thanks, everyone. Have an awesome week.